Board retreats are not new.
But 30 people?
If the state wants to pass a law to forbid board retreats, go ahead. I'll comply.
You can't do that in this building?
No.
State 48 News goes on the record with an Arizona school superintendent about the decision-making process to spend public school tax dollars on travel and retreats.
The board was doing board retreats before I got here. They've been doing them when Keno was superintendent. The last 30 years they've been doing board retreats. It's not like, oh, Jeremy came in as superintendent and invented board retreats. Like, no, they've been going to these same destinations and doing board retreats since long before I was here.
Is it good bang for the buck?
For the past year, we've had an eye on taxpayer-funded travel in Arizona's school districts. It all started when we dug into consent agendas with travel requests in West Valley schools.
The only other thing that I would like to consider, the board to consider adding, would be a cap, a dollar amount cap on how much a board member can travel and use district money for in 1 year. I'm not hearing anyone else feeling like we need a dollar amount cap.
In Arizona, school boards create their own travel policies as long as they align with state law. But trips to conferences and board retreats are starting to raise eyebrows.
Just in the last, 2 weeks, we've published 3 blog posts on different conferences that board members and staff have attended.
The Goldwater Institute's investigation alleges over $75,000 was spent on multi-day retreats at luxury resorts in Sedona and Tucson. Superintendent Calles disputes the allegations, saying he and the district have been transparent and cooperating with state statute.
We went out, we had the conference over at Sedona, never left there. To me, it's like the hotel room could have been just like across the street. It wouldn't have mattered because we stayed in the hotel the whole time. Like I think I didn't go further than like there was a couple of those shops right there. I don't think I left more than half a block from where the hotel was the whole time. It's like for me, it's like we could have been anywhere. I'm staying right here anyway. We did finish up the strategic plan, and the strategic plan is posted on our website. So that's what we accomplished so far.
Okay. Do you think you'll do things differently next year?
No. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay. Board retreats are not new.
But 30 people?
If the state wants to pass a law to forbid board retreats, go ahead. I'll comply. Right now, there's nothing illegal about holding a board retreat. As long as, I'm seeing the time as productive use of time, then we do it.
Democrat Leezah Sun disagrees. She is a board member-elect in the Tolleson Union High School District, assuming her seat in January 2025. What is your opinion on taxpayer-funded travel? And would you change anything next year in comparison to what happened this year here?
When it comes to travel expenses, that is a majority vote. So with the majority vote, that was achieved. I wasn't part of that, and if I was, I would not support it. I think that that's frivolous waste, personally. I don't think we need to have that kind of a budget. It wasn't necessary. What was it really accomplished? I mean, I'd rather have that to be done with the pilot test, what we just mentioned about. What I can say is that with the new board majority, you will not be seeing fiscal irresponsibility, in particular waste in funding, especially for expenditure for traveling, that didn't really lead or result in anything positive for a community.
At the state level, Arizona House Representative Joseph Chaplik provided State 48 News a statement saying Arizonans want accountability for these districts and how they spend the billions in K-12 money given to them in the budget every year by the legislature. The LD3 Republican calls the $75,000 taxpayer-funded junket outrageous and calls for every district to be audited, saying, I think we will find this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Whatever decisions we make, I need everybody behind it. And the only way I get everybody behind it, I got to get everybody in the same room at the same time.
But I just have to ask, you can't do that in this building?
No, it's like herding cats.
Mm-hmm.
No, if I had them right here by all of their staff, No, anytime we take a 5-minute break, what do you think they're doing? By being away, it's like, because we need to focus on what we're doing for the upcoming year or 5 years. I know you're stressed about how you get through today, but if you don't focus here, we don't get through the next 1 year or 5 years.
State 48 News values input from people of all walks of life. What is your opinion on taxpayer-funded travel in Arizona's public schools? Drop us a line. And thank you for following as we continue to follow the money because you paid for it.